Yes, so today we'll discuss about how to read newspaper first. Is it fine? Then we will go to answer writing skills, since many of you are starting the preparation, right? So I will give you some idea how to approach UPSC answers, because that is different approach from your school college level. Yes, so we'll try to discuss that also. I have brought some toppers answer copy. That is last year 2022 All India rank 1 Ishita Kishore. Her answer copy we also have. So let's go through that also at the end of that answer rating discussion. So before that, we'll try to discuss this newspaper. Is it fine? Yeah. Do you have anybody today's Hindu newspaper? Yes. Just kindly bring. Just one, at least you can have for your reference. Yes. Everybody know, right? Hindu newspaper generally you need to read, but Indian Express also you can use it for your reference. Is it clear? Why sir two newspapers, you may ask, but UPSC, if you see in the recent years, they actually started asking questions from multiple newspapers. For that purpose only, like even in our institution, we come up with Spark magazine, you have seen, everyday lag Spark. So there they give compilations from other newspapers. Is it clear? So you have to read Hindu newspaper by yourself at least once per day, and then you go through the lag Spark compilations. Is it clear? So that you get some additional coverage. Those newspapers, because we cannot read at least more than one newspaper, it is very difficult to read. Is it clear? Because you will have at least per day, how much time we can allot for newspaper? What do you think? 45 minutes. Yesterday sir told that one you are saying. Yes, see, basically when you start the preparation, no, it actually it will require at least 2 hours, 3 hours to read the newspaper, and even after reading, most of us will not understand what they are talking about. Is it or not? Especially the editorials I am telling. So it will take some time. Don't actually make any judgments or don't panic. Is it clear? Just try to like learn as much as you can from these newspapers. That is, observe the news now, what's happening in Israel, Palestine. We'll try to go through today's newspaper. You got it, huh? Yes, ma'am. Just pass it, ma'am, for the students. Hindi newspaper, no? No, I have. Yes. Yes. And in Hindu, if you read, basically, generally, if you read Hindu newspaper, I would advise you to go through Delhi edition. Is it clear? Bangalore edition, if you are preparing for KAS examination, it would be fine. Otherwise, generally Delhi edition, you won't get the physical copy here. So I would advise you to subscribe the digital e-paper. Is it clear? So try to develop the habit of reading digital paper, not physical paper. Because physical paper, even because of various reasons, we'll be finding it difficult. And second, we will not get the Delhi edition also. Why Delhi edition means, it actually, most of the examiners who sets the paper, most of them, not everyone, they take suggestions of the experts from all over India, but still the people around Delhi, the premier institutions of India have been located in Delhi. For that reason, they generally the paper, the edition which they refer when setting the questions, they have taken in the past lot of questions from Delhi newspaper itself. So Delhi edition would be fine. Is it clear? Yes. Now coming here. This is a newspaper. So kind. Yes. Welcome to that. This one, huh? Yes. Sound is not coming, ma'am. Check it. Yeah, we're checking the YouTube live also. Yes, yes, ma'am. Okay. Yes, actually my name is Tamil Selvan, and I have given 9 attempts in UPSC. Continuously 9 attempts. That is, I started in 2009 June month after finishing graduation. So 10 years I have traveled in this field as a student, and then after that also continuing like you, but now in teaching field, in the same preparation journey. So in that I went for 2 interviews, and that last interview which I went, actually I missed the main list by 2 marks, and I was supposed to be in reserve list. There also I missed very marginally in the same mark. 951 was the merit list, I got 949. So, and currently I am teaching here economics and current affairs. Is it fine? You want anything more? We'll come to that. So, I'll talk about myself, but let's go to the Hindu newspaper because your time is important. I can talk about myself when we get free time also. Yes. And coming to Hindu newspaper, see friends, actually, when I started UPSC journey also, from that moment, what is the myth which is prevailing? When once you start the preparation is, we will not have time for newspaper. Is it or not? Then even after reading newspaper also, I am not able to understand anything from newspaper, even after reading so much. So shall I go for any that is directly any magazines, or directly shall I go and watch any YouTube news analysis? Will it fit me in my preparation? These are the some of the questions generally students come across in the preparation journey, especially when it comes to newspaper. Why newspaper is important? Can we skip newspaper? Why? Current affairs. See, for your clarity, I will tell you how many UPSC in preliminary questions, out of 100 questions, how many questions do you think are coming from current affairs? Any idea? Have you seen the previous year UPSC question papers? Yes, how many? 40 questions. Yes, see, every year out of at least 100 questions, 30 to 35 questions. This is somewhat static over the years. See, UPSC, if you see various subjects in preliminary examination, some year they will ask some 15 questions from polity. Next year, if you see, only 7 or 8 questions will come. Is it clear? But when it comes to current affairs, most of the years, they are actually at least asking 30 to 35 questions. And what is the problem is, in these current affairs questions, your static segment is also included. Is it clear what I am telling? For example, if they are asking you something about SCO or BRICS, or if they want to ask you about G20, see the recent BRICS summit, where it happened? Any idea? The recent BRICS summit. Delhi. In India only it happened, and they came out with New Delhi Declaration. Now UPSC this year, while going for preliminary examination, it's a very important topic. Reason being, India was the chairman for the BRICS summit for this year, and we are expecting some questions on that topic. Now, when you read newspapers, or when you read like current affairs related to this, now what they will do is, see, suppose when they ask you questions in preliminary questions, generally they will be asking you 2 to 3 statements. Have you seen? Yes. In these 2 to 3 statements, if you see, one question, one statement or 2 statement, they will pick from static segment. Static means in the sense the background behind this organization, which you will be reading for your GS paper 2. Do you have the syllabus with you? Syllabus booklet have they given to you? Yes, kindly take it. In the GS paper 2, you have international organizations. Kindly see that. GS paper 2. In mains actually I am talking about. Others are not having, Yes? Okay, we'll ask them to distribute. Ma'am, kindly give a syllabus, that booklet, ma'am. How many of you require? Yes. Please. So now you will get it fine. Have you seen international organizations is there in the last topic? Yes. There when you read for mains, when you go for the mains preparation, it is mandatory as part of your main syllabus. You will be reading all these international organizations. And even when you read for prelims also, in international organizations, every year UPSC is picking questions. Is it clear? So these are things you will get to know. What are some of the areas from current affairs UPSC keeps asking questions, and this is very important area. Now what is the problem is when you read, yes, you all have Yes, ma'am. Yes. So now how they set the question? See, one question they will ask you the last, that is the recent BRICS summit happened in New Delhi, and they came out with a New Delhi declaration. Maybe related to that current affairs, they will add one statement, and remaining two statement or one statement, they will ask you about the basics of BRIC. Are you getting it? When it was formed, who coined the word, or what are the objectives? And in BRICS, we also have, along the lines of World Bank and IMF, an alternative institution called, which one? New Development Bank. New Development Bank. So, thing is, UPSC will not just ask directly all the things which are coming from newspaper as a complete question. Kindly understand that. That is the reason reading newspaper is going to add value to the your that is static segment also. Your static knowledge will get enriched, it will get complete, and even you will have the better ability to the students compared to those who have not read newspaper. You will be having a slight edge over them. Kindly understand, it's a slight edge only, but that is the edge which can make actually big difference in UPSC prelims. Is it clear? Why I am saying means most of the times in UPSC preliminary examination, most of the candidates, if you see, that is for example, for every 1 mark in the final list, final merit list I am talking about, that is prelims, mains, and then interview. After completing that, UPSC comes out with the final merit list. Is it or not? Yes, in the final merit list, for every 1 mark, in the 1 mark actually, at least there are 10 to 15 students. Are you understanding how is the competition? I am talking about the final merit list. If it is at the preliminary level, for every 0.1 mark, there will be around 1,000 students, minimum 1,000 students in India within your same mark. So, even if you get 0.25 also extra, that is, if you could avoid a negative mark in UPSC preliminary examination, then also you will be in a stage to clear the exam. It is not that always you need to pick the correct questions. Sometimes you should be smart enough which are the questions you should leave. That is where you should keep practicing, and you have to learn all these techniques. And for doing all this, current affairs is very important. It is not these 30 to 35 questions. Even in many other areas, current affairs helps you. That is, even yesterday sir was telling, no, CSAT. Yes, Banu Prakash sir told you. Yes, it gives actually enormous edge to the students, especially in solving reading comprehension. Why? Any idea? How this thing is related to reading comprehension and maths questions in CSAT, especially reading comprehension? Selected from editorials, yes. Most of the times what happens is, you just go back and take the previous year's CSAT question paper and see, just Google it where they have picked these questions. Most of the times they have picked the leading issues which are coming from Hindu newspaper or Indian Express only, most of the times. So, if you have read the Hindu newspaper at least for the 1 year in your preparation journey, means the same article, if it reflects in the exam hall, at least you will be having some better understanding level compared to one who have not even faced that concept or passage in their lifetime. Are you getting it? That is the only slight edge. But seriously, that will save your time and your ability to crack the questions. That is also one added advantage in reading newspapers. And coming to the stages of exam, for prelims, mains, and even for interview also, newspaper reading is a must. Is it clear? Yes. So with this, we will try to go into the today's newspaper, because newspaper reading is an art actually. See, the problem is most of the students who start, actually everybody wants to read newspaper. Whoever wants to prepare for UPSC exam, they actually think they wanted to read the newspaper every day genuinely. But what happens is they will find it difficult to read because of other reasons. Because of so many classes they attend, or they take up extra pressure. They find a reason for not reading a newspaper. But reading newspaper, it actually, if you get the rhythm of reading a newspaper, at least for 1 month if you read, after 1 month only you will have the ability to read for 1.5 to 2 hours. That's a maximum or ideal time you can allot. Is it clear? And coming to 1 hour, it requires expertise. It requires expertise in correctly picking what to read and what not to read. So today in our session, you will get to know what not to read and what you should read. Is it clear? Both we will focus in how to pick up the issue. That's what majority of our discussion we will go through that. And in addition, yes, the various, see, while reading the newspaper, you need to categorize the topics. So kindly write it. I will give you some list of topics so that it will be very easy for me to also to list the topics when we say the article. Is it clear? Kindly write some almost like some 12 to 15 topics will come. So these are the broader themes which you can, as per these topics you can make notes from, especially Hindu newspaper. These notes you can make either physically or digitally. I will come to that. But first let's list the topics. History, so that these are the various subjects you have in UPSC examination. Yes. So kindly write it. See, there are two ways you can do, and I first write this thing, and second approach also I will tell you how to do. Which one? 13th, governance. Yes, sports is also you need to add. Reason is in the recent last 2 years only this trend has changed. That is when the first World Test Championship which happened, no? Who won that? Huh? First World Test Championship. New Zealand, right? India won New Zealand. When they actually faced the final, and New Zealand won that. And in that, from that topic, they have picked one prelims question 2 years back. So that from that year they started asking sports-based questions. Usually before that, the trend was not at all there. For almost like 6-7 years, not even a single sports questions came. But this trend UPSC has started in preliminary examination very recently. And kindly understand, sports is only relevant for your prelims preparation, not for mains. Yes, so this is one approach. This approach when you can follow means till the time. Now right now if you are starting the preparation from now to till the time period, that is after writing your prelims. Till that time your Hindu newspaper notes can be made along these lines. Is it clear? After that, after reaching the preliminary stage, that is after completing the prelims, during mains time your preparation should be, your newspaper reading should be categorized into only these topics, that is GS paper 1, paper 2, paper 3 and paper 4. Is it clear? Yes? These are the 4 GS paper. So you should locate it, only you should have some file. Actually you know the stick file they sell in the market, right? Kindly buy it and try to buy some A4 bundles. A4 bundle, one bundle you keep it with you, and every day try to make notes. Whatever you read, core points only, not everything in newspaper. I will come to that. How many points should be done? and how it should be done. I will come to the notes making process slightly, but till preliminary examination you do that 14 topics, but when it comes to mains means your preparation should be focused only along these 4 lines. Is it clear? Because remaining things will not make any sense in the mains examination stage. Now let's go to the today's paper. Yes, so we'll try to list what are the articles first you should read, what you should not read. This clarity, along with that, the topics which we are listing you should read means, and what topic you can fit in the, especially while making the notes. Is it clear? Yes, so this is the headlines. Yes, headlines what they have given. Governor is delaying crucial bills, a matter of concern, says Supreme Court. So, friends, this topic is very, very important. Yes, which subject it will come? Polity. Is it clear? So, this you have to read. If you are reading, that is still preliminary examination, you should make notes from this article for which is relevant for your which one? Preliminary segment. But when it comes to mains means you have to write under GS paper 2. Is it clear? And see, within GS paper 2 or polity, when you make notes also, make your notes should be organized. Either you make physical notes or digital notes. Is it clear? Your notes should be organized in the sense like, see, for example, today I am talking about governor. So an article came about governor, and in that they are talking about recent issues of governor, especially about he is delaying the bills, he is not giving that is assent to the bill. So now going into the basics, now where we can read this in the polity segment? Governor chapter. Yes, in governor chapter, especially the passage of bill, you need to go through the basics first. Once you want to make the notes means, go to the static segment, revise the basic segment, then add the recent issues here. Is it clear? Don't write whatever is given in the book. That is for your revision. Along with that, you have to add the recent issues. What is happening? That is the recent controversy in India. Is it clear? And suppose, for example, this is the paper. This is the paper. What I would advise is, draw 2 margins. Always the right hand side margin, make it bit lengthier, left hand side smaller. Now what you do is, see, suppose I want to make notes on governor here. So this is the polity segment. Now how do you make notes? Paragraph or point wise? Always make point wise. Is it clear? And general thumb rule is, if you read any editorials, kindly don't write more than 5 points. Maximum 7. Beyond that, kindly don't even write how much. If you feel this article is every line is important means, cut that article. Just do a paper cutting and maintain a separate file for paper cutting. Don't collect all the articles. Is it clear? Yes. So how to select that? We will come to that. Now while doing notes making, for example, today governor issue came. I have revised my Lakshmikant basics of governor, and then I have made some notes also about the which one? Recent issues from Hindu newspaper. Suppose next week or tomorrow also again governor, related to governor one issue is coming, related to same thing, but there is another point which you found it very useful. Now how will you add your notes? Yes, so you can add notes to the side. So what are the updates which are coming? Try to add it to the sides. So that is the reason, leave space. Is it clear? So this thing you can do from now onwards. That is, don't again and again don't put a separate topic and write about governor, but try to add what is the extra point which is coming, only that to the margin here. Is it clear? Yes. Now coming here, next article. Let's come here. Farmer driver held for murder of geologist in Bangalore. So this is first of all not at all required. Okay, so this article is not required. Why not required? Huh? Why not required this accident? Because it's not related to our syllabus, as simple as that. See, which article we are selecting means those articles which are relevant for your syllabus you should read. Always remember, any accidents, any terrorist bombs and all, if they attack, That and all don't need to remember. But what is important is, if it is a new organization, just go to that organization and learn about the basics. For example, in Nigeria, there is a terrorist organization called Boko Haram. Is it clear? Now, those articles will come in your international segment. Now, when you read that, try to make a notes. Are you getting it? Just what is Boko Haram? Try to know their ideology. Why they are named as terrorist organization? Which country they belong? What UPSC will ask? They will ask you in match the following segment. Al-Qaeda is from which country? Like that they will ask you in match the following to match this. Or they may ask you only about this Boko Haram. Is it clear? And generally these kind of, that is accidents are not at all required. Next. Which organization? A terrorist organization, I said. Which one? WTO. Yes, yes, yes. See, what is the thing is, in UPSC exam, now they actually started asking in preliminary examination some basic facts also. So we cannot say no to facts, because all the question, all statements are compulsory. And with concept, you can crack many statements. Using concepts and elimination strategy, you can get the answers. But what I would advise is, when you want to remember facts, no, always important organization like WTO, IMF, World Bank, G20, BRICS, SCO, these organizations you should remember A to Z of that. Is it clear? But there will be some minor organizations or any minor events. In that case, you don't need to remember the factual information too much. Is it clear what I am saying? Because WTO is very important topic, because it's part of economics also. Again, in current affairs, it's important. So you need to give some, you need to remember that here. No other go. But there are many areas you don't need to remember. Suppose if it's not important means you don't need to remember. WTO, G20 and all very important facts, and even you will be required to read all this in GS paper 2 also, as I said already. So these facts you can remember. Is it fine? But don't try to remember all the facts. All the facts, generally for that matters only, in the case of mains examination level, we come out with separate some handouts, compilations, value addition material. What are the facts you can remember, you should remember, which you add to your answers, through that you can increase marks. We have come out with some lakhs value addition material. So during mains time, you can refer those kind of materials. But till preliminary examination, only give priority to most important organizations, not for non-priority organizations. Yes? Now here next one, aftershock rocks Nepal, Delhi. This article should we read? Aftershock. It is related to some earthquake which recently happened in Nepal. Should we read? If we read means in which topic it will come? International relation is okay, but first one it will come under which one? Geography. In geography only we will be reading all these natural disasters. Yes, earthquake, flood, drought. So here, while making notes, what will you write here? What you can write? See, what they will report, so many people have died, the earthquake has happened here. Those things you don't need to write. Just only focus on where is the epicenter or epicenter where it has happened. And second, you can use it as an example for your mains answers. In that manner, it will be useful. In prelims, if they want to ask you a question, they will ask you about the basics of earthquake and the types of various waves. That is, you will be studying about body waves, S waves, P waves. So they may ask some basic questions related to that. So you should revise that. Is it clear? But here, as a notes making process, not much will be there. Kindly understand that. Only mains aspect you will be required to make notes. Preliminary examination, revise the basic concepts of earthquake. That is fine. Yes? Shall we go to the next page? This one, power situation back to normal. This is not at all required. Is it clear? This one, child custody issues, High Court initiates public interest litigation. Should we read this? Yes? If it is a landmark judgment, you can read. All minor cases, anything which comes, no, those issues you don't need to read. But try to remember what is PLI. That is, try to revise it. Once you read in newspaper, if you could understand that, it's fine. If you could remember that, try to recollect. Are you getting it? You would, in polity classes, we have already covered the concept of public interest litigation. Remember? Yes? So kindly go and revise those basics. Along with that, you will be getting some more information in mains classes. These are the things you should keep doing. So what you do, you are not just reading newspaper. In that process, parallelly you are reading which one? Your static segment also. Why? Because UPSC has plenty lot of time. Whatever questions they are taking inspiration from current affairs only. That is the reason we are asking you, whenever you come across a static topic, go back to your books and revise it in a faster manner, and then try to see what can be, where you can use this article. That is what is important. Yes? Now let's go to the next page. So after the first page, that is headlines. After the headlines page, if you come, generally there will be state news. And state news, if you are preparing for KS examination, I would advise you to read. Otherwise, you can, if you want to prepare only for UPSC examination, no need to focus on state news column. Is it clear? This state news, if suppose somebody is from Andhra Pradesh, if they are reading here, local Hyderabad news will be there. Are you getting it? Yes, so no need to go into the state news much deeper, unless and until if there is a big landmark thing which has been done means, then you go to that. Otherwise, don't need to focus upon the state news column. So second page, you can just glimpse it and try to leave it. That is here what they are talking about metro. So metro, some QR ticket which is not required. Next one, driver was furious, again not required. So some personal issue. This and all you don't need to give attention. A railway head constable held for joining hands with habitual offender, again not required. So popular shopping destinations come alive ahead of Deepavali. Again this is not required. Is it clear? Then third page also again local state news column. Here what they have given, that is High Court initiates suo motu PAL to involve psychologist on child custody issues. Yes, generally this child labor or child related issues are bit sensitive issue, and you can go through that. See, because this is a PAL action. That is PAL means what? Suo motu they have taken. Public interest litigation means, see, for generally for any cases, if you are having some difference of opinion, you want to get it, you want to solve it means you go to the court. Is it or not? So generally for your problems you are approaching the court as a petitioner. But in public interest litigation, what you will be doing? On behalf of people you will be representing, not for your personal problem, for your local area or other problems, public issues, you can write a post letter to the Supreme Court and they will take action on that. Is it clear? So this concept has evolved in Indian judiciary. So while discussing polity or while reading polity, you will be reading this, but while reading this article, just try to see what they are trying to do in the child custody, what they are trying to do with the help of PAL here. Otherwise, it's not required. Next one, white material inside suspicious box is salt, not required. Again, state news column. So, city to get separate leopard task force. Yes. So, again, if this any animal species, whichever is in news, you need to read it. At the end, I will give you some important areas, which are the things you should not miss in newspaper. But see, while reading this article, what I would advise is, you don't need to read this article. See, because what they are telling, what they are trying to do, some leopard has been coming to residential area in Bangalore and they are trying to catch it. That's what they will discuss here. But UPSC will not ask questions related to that. What you should do now, that is the animal which they are talking about is leopard. Now you should go and learn about the basics of leopard. That is, what are the basic characteristics of leopard, and under IUCN category, whether it comes under endangered, critically endangered, vulnerable, extinct, or what category it is. So from that segment, UPSC will pick you question. And in India, in which state leopard is more? Is it clear in which national park or biosphere reserve it's spotted? So these are the areas. Why I am telling means previously UPSC has asked a question about elephant. Is it clear? Yes. So while asking questions about elephant, what happened is that time in Hindu newspaper, some 2-3 times issues came related to elephant. But in UPSC examination, what they asked is, they have asked about usually the head of the elephant will be led by a female member, and especially that birth time, what they say technically, they asked about the birth time. That is for elephant, how much time it will take to give birth. Yeah. You know what? 5 years. See, this they already asked in UPSC prelims exam. Now, when you come across any animal, just try to see if it comes under critically endangered, extinct category. You have to surely give attention to that animal. But if it comes under vulnerable, threatened category, means just try to understand some basics about the animal and then move on. Is it clear? But don't neglect the article. That is, don't neglect the animal species which is in news. Either it comes in any news, local news or national news, try to read the animals. Yes, next one, leopard rescued from open well. Again, repetition of the same animal. Then about 21,000 new cases are registered in Kidwai every year. So again, it's related to some local issue. Now no need to focus it. You can leave it. Next one, property tax payment, BBMP to send SMS reminders not required. Direct flight service between Bengaluru and Munich. Again, just for your information, you can read the headlines. Other than that, don't go into that, not required. Here, heavy rainfall in city, roads are flooded, we know that, and don't need to read that to understand it. Yes, next, farmer killed in tiger attack in Bandipur. Now, this is important. Now what you have to do, where it is important, it comes under environmental segment. Is it clear? First your understanding should be environmental segment. What is the animal they are talking about? Tiger. Now you should go to the basics of tiger. See, learn about the characteristics of the tiger and IUCN in which category it's coming in. And in India, how we calculate tiger census. Are you getting it? UPSC has already asked a question. But still, again, they may repeat the question. That's what the beauty of UPSC examination. So, just they asked in last year means don't think they will not ask this year. Plenty of times UPSC has repeated questions from previous year questions only in prelims. Is it clear? So, while reading it, now one more thing what we have to do is, Bandipur they are talking about. So, while reading about Bandipur, now what you have to do, Bandipur National Park, where it is located. Is it clear? And it's part of which one? Nilgiris Biosphere Reserve. And UPSC has already asked a question related to this. That is related to this Nilgiris Biosphere Reserve and Bandipur National Park in prelims exam. Now what you should do? What is the speciality of Bandipur Tiger Reserve? What are the animals which are there? See, what are the animals means no need to remember all the animals, but try to see the endangered, critically endangered, extinct, any different kind of species which are only found there. Then you have to remember that animal. And one more thing is, while reading about Bandipur National Park, also try to remember, suppose if any river is passing through this national park, then you should remember it. Are you getting some idea what I am telling? Just we are having coming across a national park only, but you need to go work on the background, because UPSC has plenty of times have asked questions in prelims in these lines. Now, let's go to the next one. Teaching Kannada in educational institutions remains a challenge. Yes, again, you don't need to read this. You can leave it. Coming to the next page. Yes, again, that is state news only. Union comes out against decision to cut down scholarship to children of construction workers. So just go through it. No need to make notes out of this topic. It's related to some difference of, that is what they are doing is, they are cutting down the scholarship program. Just go through that, it's fine. No need to make notes here. Next one, electricity situation back to normal, not required. Is it clear? High Court direct state government to pay that is rupees 7.25 per unit to JSW Energy for supplying surplus power, again not required. Is it clear? CM hits back at Modi for its comments on state, not required. Always remember political news, especially political comments and all, you don't need to be sensitive or emotional, just leave it. Just that is the only entertainment we have in newspaper, in total newspaper reading. So if you want some enjoyment, just go through that, take a break. Otherwise, continue your mode of reading. Yes, bring pressure on government to implement internal reservation, says Muniappa. Again, this is not required. Next, reliability key to making public transportation a success. Yes, so again not required this article. Ninasam Tirugata comes to Bangalore with 2 new plays. So it's related to some theatre, yes. So some theatre they are talking about. In art and culture, this is very important. Are you understanding? Yes, in preliminary examination, art and culture is very important segment where UPSC will be asking questions related to especially tribals, their cultural practices, festivals, and various tribes distribution in India, which state they belong to. So along these segments, and even they also have asked questions related to dance, music. Are you getting it? So along these lines, UPSC have already asked a question. So while reading it, just go through this because this is started in some 1985. Very not too much old and all. Recently only. If you could make something new out of it, just make a note. Just 1 point, factual information. Other than that, it's not required. Musical shows and all not required. Unless and until it has some historical significance, then only you have to give importance. All these light shows, music, entertainment and all not required. That only you are asking, no? In Hindu that some pages they will give. Yes. Next one again, state news, a spectrum begins to emerge. So again, it's not required. Not required. Lost in plain sight, not required. So next coming to that is state news. This is state news. If they say south means all southern states. Now they will talk about Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, all these states. So we have to look for any important article because this area, see kindly note it, in the Hindu newspaper segment, the most important areas are in Hindu, weekly once you will be getting science and tech column. In Hindu, science and tech column. You should not even miss not even a single article from science and tech. UPSC has lot of times have asked questions from science and tech column, especially from Hindu paper. You don't need to rely on any other paper for that purpose. Hindu is enough for science and tech, current affairs update. And when you come here, that is second most important area in your Hindu newspaper is editorial and open-end page. Because from that area, lot of times questions have been reflected in examination. Editorials and open edge is a center page article. We will come to that. Next it will come. And the third most important area is the state news column. That is this page. Usually it will be single page or 2 page. The state news column. But here, lot of times in preliminary examination, questions have been asked directly. So you need to give high priority to this area. Yes, they will be talking about all states. Now, Telangana Congress, they allots Kodagundam seat to CPI. It's a political news, you can leave it. Next, vote after checking history of parties. KCR tells people, again not relevant, political only. Telangana Congress chief to contest from Kamareddy. We are least bothered, where he contest and all, no need to remember. Yes, next one, CPIM bats for Congress leader, again political news, not required. 3 dead, any kind of this kind of accidents not required. Alcohol-free agri-tourism facility set up at Chintapalli in ASR district. So where is ASR? Alluri Siddharamuraju district in Andhra Pradesh. So what they have said, alcohol-free agro-tourism. This is something bit unique news. So you can add some notes to it. In which column you will add? Alcohol-free agri-tourism. In which column? I have given you various topics. See where you can fit this topic. Tell me. I have given you his. Huh? Which one? Which subject I am asking? Which subject? Environment. Huh? Yes, national issue. Or else if you could not refine it to any particular topic, put it under national issue. Is it clear? Yes, but it is very important. Why very important? Because it's a unique initiative, alcohol-free agri-tourism. So what is agri-tourism, first of all? Tourism we know, but what is agri-tourism? You are getting question or not? Yes, there should be a difference between tourism. We have medical tourism. Yes, now what is this agri-tourism? Go and work on it. Now you should read about the basics of agri-tourism that can be asked in UPSC preliminary examination. Are you getting some idea? Yes. So coming here, Supreme Court refuses to grant relief to Tamil Nadu Minister Ponmudi. Yes, again, not that much any big issue. It's a personal issue, litigation issue. You can leave it. Next one, 50 acres of farmland wiped out in landslips in Idukki. This is very important. Where? Geography. Is it clear? So geography. So what you should understand, where it has happened in Kerala. So Kerala, we know already there are a lot of, they in the western parts of Kerala, they come under windward region. Windward regions generally receive more rainfall. That is around 200 to 250 centimeter rainfall. And we also have Western Ghats, high slopy mountains. Because of that, landslips or landslides are very common. Is it clear? So, but what is the most important thing is, if anything unique thing is mentioned there, go through that. Yes. Other than, if suppose nothing is important, means just learn the basics and leave it. Is it clear? But you can add this fact to the mains. Actually, what you can do, you can quote as an example. When any question comes on landslips or landslide, you can quote the recent incidents of landslip which happened in Kerala. Highlights the problem of which one? These disasters. Is it clear? Are you getting some idea? Yes. Next one, offshore campus of IIT Madras launch not required. Kerala High Court 6 record on college chairman poll not required. Death toll in Kalamassery multiple blast rises to 4. So these death related accident issues, no need to focus and no need to also waste time. Next, Kerala plans to allow private universities not required. Just know the news, it's enough. Then 5 men from Tamil Nadu held with red sanders worth 4 crore. Very, very important. Why very important? Sir, again it is a theft case only, no? Why should we read? Tell me. If you are correct, you have to be bold. Red sanders, that's why it's important. And UPSC in, I remember in 2016, I think, UPSC prelims actually, that year, because why I remember is that year I was giving attempt. I read this about red sanders, same like this only. Pushpa movie you have seen, huh? How many of you have seen Pushpa movie here? Yes? Why? Others don't have time to watch, huh? Huh? No? You don't watch other language movies, huh? Yes? See, kindly watch it. The thing is, there the full movie revolves around this red sanding issue only. It's a unique kind of wood actually. This redwood is most in demand in China and other countries. And in India, this particular tree is highly prevalent in which region? Especially in Andhra Pradesh region only. It's very near to Tamil Nadu border. And in that movie, those of you have seen, you know how Allu Arjun will be involving in cutting down the red sander and shifting it to where? Tamil Nadu only. Have you seen? Yes, it's a real inspiration only, real story only. On that backdrop only, they have made the movie. They took some inspiration. Still today also, this event is happening on in the border. Is it clear? And what is the thing is, why actually it is important means, this tree actually is not available throughout India for that matter. It's a unique vegetation, first. Second, so it has some unique geographical, that is soil, temperature, rainfall. So it prevails over there. That you should read now. Is it clear? After knowing that it's unique. And what is its significance? Is it clear? They are involving in what they are doing. That is looting these trees or cutting down these trees and selling it means for what purpose they are selling, why they are in demand. See, the people say that in China they believe that these red sanders can be used to avoid nuclear radiations. That's why they are in much in demand in other foreign countries, especially from China. And most of the people who are illegally involved in cutting down the trees, they are actually selling to these countries only. So for that matter, it is very important. So you should know A to Z of which one? red sanders. In UPSC, in preliminary examination, what they did is about red sanders, one statement, what they asked is same like this only it came. First statement was red sanders comes under the category of tropical. I think they asked about dry deciduous or moist deciduous. It actually comes under dry deciduous forest. So which category of forest they have actually confused the students in the question. Are you getting it? Tropical evergreen forest will have one type of vegetation. Tropical deciduous forest will have different types of vegetation. Thorny forest will have different vegetation. Hilly areas will have different vegetation. Are you getting it? So in that manner, this topic is important. Although the news is very small and looks like minor, see here, red sanders worth is how much? 4 crore. So that itself talks about the economic significance of this tree. So you should also give priority to this article. Are you getting it? Yes. So then this we have completed this page. Yes, this is the center page article, very, very important. Yes. So how do you read the newspaper? Generally, there are two approaches. Either you can actually start from first page, that is first reading the headlines, then moving to the directly to the which page? That is the other states column. No need to read the local state column. Don't waste time over there. Once you read the headline page, you should shift directly to the states news column, other states news column, then move to the editorial. Is it clear? This is one approach. Another approach is directly coming to editorial. You can do both the methods, but what I would advise is for some days initially, focus your energy from reading from that is headlines page. Read it in a ascending order only. As of now, directly don't go to editorial, because editorial, even if you read for 2 hours also, you will not understand completely in the initial days. But still you have to keep reading. So after 1 month, you will get that understanding day by day. Are you getting it what I am saying? Yes, and this is the area UPSC will ask a lot of mains related questions. That is this editorial page, and next page is this opinion page that we say as open-end page, OPED. In these 2 pages, UPSC in mains examination, lot of times questions has been asked. Is it clear? Prelims I told you from where they will ask, state news column, science and tech column. Is it clear? But in mains examination, this analysis, this author's viewpoints matters, and most of the times UPSC, that is the examiner, tries to set the question from these articles only after reading this article. Yes. Now coming to, yes, any doubts? No. Notes making, notes you should make it in point wise only. And about author's opinions, always give priority to all the kinds of opinion. Collect as much as opinion as you can. That's what I will advise. Try always have more viewpoints in your answer, at least in your notes making, so that your maturity will improve, and in examination all, based on the question, you make a decision what to write, what not to write. Are you getting it what I am saying? No. According to experts' opinion, you say. Political experts, economic experts. Sometimes your personal opinion also, if you say, also say according to expert. So they will not get to know. Lot of use they keeps coming in Hindu, Indian Express, Times of India. So try to say generally experts' opinion. Is it clear? Yes. Now coming here, editorial page. Yes. See friends, here one thing what you need to understand is there are 2 things. One is left hand side, another is right hand side. Is it or not? And this left hand side we have the Hindu symbol. Is it or not? This under the Hindu symbol generally will have two in the left hand side you have 2 articles. One top, second is more light, less sound. This is the second article. First article is, that is defection business. Yes. So 2 articles. These 2 articles are actually referred as Hindu authors or Hindu editors' opinion. Is it clear? And the right hand side which are given are generally written by experts outside Hindu, not people of Hindu. Those who work in Hindu office, they won't write these articles. These are generally written. Views are actually given by experts of India. Is it clear? That's the reason they have given about their background also. Most of the times IAS, IPS officers, ministers, so the various economic experts, those people, they will be having an interest to share their opinion with the people on various issues. So during that time, so whichever is author, if his background is good, in that matter you can give priority to the article. Is it clear? See, for example, coming to Hindu, first Hindu opinion we'll finish up, then we'll come to editorial page. And while coming to Hindu editorial opinion, first they are talking about defection business. Defection is very important. In which subject it will come? Polity. Yes. So in mains means it will come under GS paper 2. So you need to go back to the concept of anti-defection. We have covered in NCERT classes also. Remember which was the amendment through which anti-defection was introduced? Year? Year is important. When you say, very good, 52 is correct. 60? 52 constitutional amendment 1985. Second time it was amended in 91st constitutional amendment 2003. Is it clear? So go to your basics, what you have read in NCERTs or in Lakshmikant or from your class notes. Go and revise that basics, then you can come back to this article. Because without knowing the meaning of defection, if you start reading, can you able to understand that? Yes, and there are a lot of changes which has happened, amendments. So go through that, and once you come here, try to collect, see, from this total article, from the total editorial page as well as open-end page, if you want to make notes, kindly don't make beyond 5 points. Is it clear what I am saying? Yes. Why 5 points? See, in mains examination, when you write, there are generally two types of questions. One is 10 marker question, another is 15 marker question. And if you see, generally I will show you at the end of this discussion today, I have last year All India rank 1 Ishita Kishore, her answer copy which she has written and practiced before appearing for the exam. So mostly the same along those lines only she would have presented her answer. So I will show that also. Generally toppers also have this habit, and even what we advise to the students is, if you write a 10 marker, write 7 to 10 points in exam hall. If you are writing 15 marker, you can write 12 to 15 points. Beyond that it's impossible and not required also. Why not required? Each point if you are writing, each point will minimum carry half a mark, provided each point is different. You should not talk about same thing for 15 points. Same issue, same dimension. Is it clear? You should talk different dimension in different points. In that way you will be getting more marks. So every point will carry half a mark. That means 10 points if you write, how much will you get for a 10 marker? Let's take you are writing 10 points. How much you will get? Half a mark per point at least. So it will come around how much? 5 points. And then you have introduction, conclusion also. And if you could add some diagrams and examples, you will be getting more marks with current affairs update. Is it clear? So the maximum mark in India, if you see a topper will be scoring out of 10 marker, it will be around, averagely it will be around 6 marks only. It's the highest level. Why we say that? Because if you see the final mark list of the candidates who have cleared this examination, that is total marks is how much? 2025. Out of that, if you see even All India rank 1 Ishita Kishore, you put the scorecard just in Google, she got around 52 points some percentage. I remember in class already we have discussed this. Just see that and tell me, so that you will also get some clarity. Because they are not, how much ever best you give for each question, they are not going to give you 10 out of 10. Kindly understand it. No, for no one it has been given, and they will not even give also. So the maximum mark they are actually getting is around 6,000. What's the percentage? Tell me. It comes around 52 actually. We have calculated already for class 54. So this is the percentage. Roughly most of the toppers in UPSC, toppers who are clearing, I am not talking about All India rank, last rank, 1000. I am talking about All India rank 1. In college, when you are studying means, If you get 54 means you will categorize them under which category? Lowest segment. He is not a good student. Yes, but that is why I said the UPSC, the examination itself is very demanding. And second, the nature of questions, the syllabus is very vast, first of all. And nobody can thoroughly complete all the ends of syllabus. At least current affairs, nobody can say they have completed. Till the exam also, if you have given time means they will read. So for that matter, the marks which are allotted in this exam is 54% means, actually here also if you see, in interview and essay paper and ethics paper, they will be awarding you easily above 50% of the marks. But in other papers, it's very difficult to get even this percentage. Is it clear? Let's not go deeply into that. So that roughly comes around, so for 100 it is 54 is a percentage. For 10 it will be around 5.5, 5.4. Maximum is 6 in our observations. How means? Out of, that is each GS paper contains 20 questions. Out of that is, it actually carries how many marks? 250 marks. Till now if you see the toppers mark in GS paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, paper 4, so they are averagely getting 120 marks in paper 1, paper 2. Paper 3 they have got almost around 130, and paper 4 many have got 140 also. 140, 150 and 160 is also. Ethics has more scope for you to get more marks, but other papers don't give you that much scope. So on average that comes around 6, that is 60%. I am roughly assuming 60%. So 15 marker, how much will you get? Same, 7.5 to 8. That's all. Beyond that, they are not at all going to give you. And even getting this 6 mark also, don't think it's an easy task. It's very, very tough. I will come to that answer writing next. Let's complete this. So for that purpose only, what I am telling is, whenever you read any article, see, suppose let's take, I wanted to set a question. Suppose this question is going to appear in your next year mains examination. Let's take. Now, from this article only I wanted to take a question. That is defection business, a 10-marker question. Is it clear? Now, I will ask you some question related to that. I have set a question from defection. Now, for answering this question, see, tell me, see, some of the basic content from defection can be taken from your NCERTs and Lakshmikant or class notes only, where you will be getting at least 5 to 6 points very easily. Is it or not? Then what is the use of reading this article? It is current affairs update. Is it clear? If you add this one particular point, where it is happening in Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, see, what they are telling is party hopping seems to stay as party picks candidates with resources. So there is a last minute defection. These states, that is Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Mizoram, Rajasthan and Telangana, there the chances of defection are more, they are saying. So go through that article. So what are the reasons they say that you can quote as an example, which one? From current affairs update for your points. So in that way, you will be getting half mark or 1 mark compared to one who have not read the newspaper. Just you are going to fight for half a mark or 1 mark, because everybody will read Lakshmikant, everybody will read NCERTs, at least most of the candidates in India. But that half mark, 1 mark which you are going to add per question, how many questions are totally there? 20 questions. Per question half a mark means 20 questions? 10 mark. So per paper 10 mark means totally in GS we have 4 papers. So how many marks it will come? So here 40 marks will come. 40 marks means in 1 mark, how many candidates I said in final merit list? At least 15, 10 to 15, let's take 10. You got 40 marks more than them, you are ahead of 400 students in the race. Is it clear? Just because you have made some unique contribution, which others who have not read newspaper, which you have done. This is something which you keep doing. You are not doing for the, for that half mark target. Don't do that. Just you enjoy the process of reading newspaper and get involved in the process. So automatically the benefits you will be getting it. Fine. Now, coming here, so this article, from this article, what is this article is all about? A telco double dip attempt that threatens net neutrality. Net neutrality, again, very important concept. In which one it will come? In which topic we can put? In science and tech you can put, or in GS paper 2 you can put. Is it clear? Now, while making notes, see here, so many points he has given. So many points. Even here also I will advise, just write 5 points. Why? After that, sir, I will remember 15 points also, sir. I will make 15 points. 15 marker they are going to ask, sir. I will write all the 15 points in exam hall. Today you can say confidently. Is it clear? Now suppose same on this topic you have made notes. Next week I am coming and asking you. Tell me about net neutrality. What you read in Hindi newspaper? How much you will say? Out of 15, at least 10 or 7 you will say. Next month if I ask means it will become 5, 4 to 5. Next year means, you know that article came in Hindi newspaper, but I don't know anything related to that, sir. So it's equivalent to someone who don't read newspaper, and you are going to be at the same stage. You should not be like that, because you are going to give every day. Every day it's an effort. If you do something, you should do sincerely. Is it clear? If you expect results and do, then things won't fructify. So get involved in it. So for that matter only, when you read this article, see what are the core points, sir. How should I know which point is important, which point is not important? How should I do that? See, generally if you see in Hindu newspaper only, they will be giving you hints. See, for example, let's come here. See, the total crux, theme of this article, they would have given in this. Just read this, what they are telling. Upholding the principles of net neutrality is essential to foster a conducive environment for innovation, competition, and consumer welfare. So it has only 3 objectives. Are you getting it? The theme of this article is, generally it will be given in this. Like this. For example, I will show you next article. See, what is this article? The cult of operational superiority from Israel to India. It's about Indo-Israel relations. Now, what they are telling, the theme of this is managing a strategic threat through purely military means works only until the adversary finds a way in, as Tel Aviv has learnt and New Delhi must not. Are you getting it? What I am telling, are you getting it? Before going into the article to read line by line, first read this gist or theme of that article. So you will get some idea what they are going to talk about. So after with that idea, suppose if you don't know what is net neutrality or you don't know what is happening in Israel, still what you can do, give you a pass, go watch some video on Indo-Israel relations. Lot of people have made videos, and in addition to that, you can go through after attending our classes, we'll be giving every day Lark Spark magazine. Is it or not? There, complete background of Indo-Israel relation in a beautiful compiled manner. See, people who have cleared this exam, they are actually involved in preparing these materials in Hyderabad. And even those who have went up to interviews also, they are getting involved. So, these are the people who know what are the core areas you should take points from this, and background information related to that which are relevant for UPSC. So, now what you can do, just go through that. After reading that, if you read this article, you will find more connecting and more understanding. Still, if you have not done that, if you are not having any idea also, what I would advise is go through it. At least 5-10% understanding which you get, it's enough in the first day. But keep fighting, keep doing that same thing. Just don't leave newspaper, sir, I am not understanding. Especially I will tell you, I'll be very frank with you, this editorial page and open-end page will not come easy to all of you who are starting or who wanted to start the newspaper today. Is it clear? It will take really time. For me, actually, it took more than 3-4 months to understand editorials. I guess even after that also, I could not connect it completely. So it took me, we understood it after making a lot of mistakes. That's the reason we don't want you people to do that same mistake. So what you have to do is, so understand the basics of Indo-Israel relation, then connect the dots. And where it will be relevant? GS paper 2, that is international relations. Yes, and even in case of prelims, national, international news, read the syllabus of prelims for current affairs. They have just given one line. Just read it. Current issues of national and international importance. What is importance in national, international? Only UPSC knows. Everything under the sky. Are you getting it? Still, if you want some idea, clue, what do you mean by that? Meaning means go through UPSC previous year questions. Is it clear? When I say UPSC previous year question, not the last 1 year, 10 year, 5 year, 10 years paper. I am talking about almost like, see, 1979 to today 2023. So till this year you have UPSC prelims and mains question paper. Yes, yes, it's required. Reason is, in the market you will be getting easily after 1991. Is it clear? Everyone would have, anybody bought a previous year question? Not yet. Generally that will be ceremonial process. Whoever starts the preparation, they will go to the book house and they will take a previous year question. That is good. But what I would advise is, see this you won't, it won't be available easily. There are only few publications in India who have actually came out with detailed analysis for this. That is almost like 40 years paper. Go through that, collect that and go through that. And we also have PDF with a soft copy. If you want, you can collect from us. But after that, you can take printout. But what is the idea is, these PYQs will give a complete idea how UPSC is thinking. See, we cannot go and directly interact with UPSC. It's an institution which contains people, but we cannot assess them. But to get idea how they will behave in the coming year, which is going to help you, the previous year question paper. Is it clear? So make use of this previous year question paper, especially prelims. When it comes to mains, you can concentrate from 2013 to 23. Enough. This 10-11 years paper is enough in mains. But prelims requires bit extra reading, analysis of UPSC PYQs. Yes, let's come to this paper now. So now you know what you have to do in editorial. 5 points only you are going to make. Worst case 7 points. Don't go beyond that. If you, out of the 5 points, if you make in exam hall, if you could remember at least 3 points, no, then also you can make difference compared to others. That is what your target should be. Ideally, try to remember all these 5 points. Is it fine? Yes, that is why I say stick to 5 points. Only target the core points. That also, it will come with practice only. Maybe we will try to arrange a separate session on notes making if possible. Yes, so, but the thing is, you should know, you should first understand this gist. After that, you will know what is the theme of this article, and you will know what should be noted and what should not be noted. Yes, next one. Yes, more light, less sound. Again, where it will come? Should we read this article? First of all, should we read this? More light, less sound. Related to Deepavali, they are talking about noise pollution. Is it important? Yes, in environment, go to GS paper 3, syllabus component. Paper 3, you have environmental pollution. Environmental pollution in GS paper 3, they have given a environmental impact assessment, environmental conservation, pollution. Yes, it's there. Yes, in that area, it's very important topic. Is it clear? Yes. And in GS paper 2 also they can ask with respect to any laws which has been passed by the state to regulate the crackers. UPSC has asked already a question along this line in GS paper 2, polity. So mostly they can fit it in under environment or polity segment. So very useful for your main segment. Is it clear? And with respect to this article, Indo-Israel relation, the idea of this article is not that much important. Why not that much important? See here, what they are telling, managing strategic threat through military means will work only until advisory finds a way in. So Tel Aviv has learnt and New Delhi must want. So it is like something suggestion to India, that's all. They have given. So who is the author who has written this article? So he is a research scholar at Center for International Security. That is, he is working in Stanford University. So he is a foreign author. Is it clear? He is a person, he is a research scholar from USA, and he is commenting on India-Israel relation. It's an opinion. Is it clear? Like this, lot of people will have different opinion. So just try to go through this article. At the end of the article, you will not even sometimes have any point to make notes also. Let me be very frank. Is it clear? But why it is important means still, what you have to do, after seeing this article, you have to go back to the India-Israel relation. Is it clear? Go through how it has evolved over the years. Watch some beautiful video on that, documentary on that. And even in our YouTube channel, we have made various videos on India-Israel relations also. In current affairs class, we have covered. So there we will get the background of this relationship. After that, when you read this, you will have a grip. And apart from that, from the exam perspective, it's not going to be that much useful. Is it clear? Without reading this article only, we can say. Are you getting it? Yes. Now coming to this article, net neutrality. In net neutrality. So who has written this article? He is a chairman, former chairman of TRI. Is it clear? And another person is also former principal advisor of TRI. Both are actually experts. That is, they are telecommunication experts. And in addition to that, they are also talking about related to their field only. So it is going to be the best opinion in the country, the best experts' opinion. So kindly try to make some 5 points notes from this. Are you getting it? And it's going to be important for your science and tech column. Now coming to next one, open-end page. The Canadian dream is not waning. Is it clear? Should we read this article? How you decide it? See, India-Canada relationship in mains examination, you can read it as part of international relations. Also for prelims, international relations. But coming here, see who has written this article? Is a professor who is working in Jamia Millia Islamia. Yes, another person is pursuing PhD in again Jamia Millia Islamia. Yes, so I think it's located in Delhi only, no? Yes, so this is actually some notable premier institution where these people are working, and they are talking about Canadian dream. So what is happening in Canada? Anybody knows that? Yes, Khalistan movement. I have not read in news. Yes, you would have seen documentaries related to that. Go through that. Anything, see here, anything which is useful. See, they are basically talking more about Canada only. So next after, see, still we are not sure whether to read this article or not. Why? Because we are in a confusion, is it or not? Now what you have to do, you should not do, that is, you should not do vertical reading. Like this vertical reading, sorry, now horizontal reading don't do. What you have to do, you have to skim the article vertically. See, let's skim it. Yes, fastly you skim. They're talking about Canadian. Shall we zoom it? Is it visible? Huh? Yes? So what they are talking? Canadian census they are talking. Next para you just skim it. Next they are talking about Indian students who are studying there. Yes? And then coming here. So fees viewers, it's related to educational field. Students who are studying in Canada, they are talking about it. They are quoting Canadian census. So it's a minor 1 point. 1 point. If you want, you add up to your notes. If you don't want also, you can leave it. Because in your UPSC mains examination, go to the syllabus of GS paper 2. Go to the last component, India and its neighboring countries. Is it there? Yes, in UPSC mains exam, they will give more importance to neighboring countries only, not the countries which are located far away from India. Who are the neighboring countries of India? Can you tell me? Yes? Yes, Pakistan, Afghanistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Maldives. Yes, Indonesia will come little far away. You can include all that also, but mostly these are our neighboring countries in the region. Anything in newspaper which it comes related to this, you have to concentrate it. Anything which is coming, other than this, the countries which are far away, it's your choice. Reason is, in prelims they may ask, but in mains surely they won't ask. Why? Because in syllabus it's not given. Syllabus, if they want to ask you, in which component they can ask, Indian diaspora one topic is there. Indian diaspora. So there, what do you mean by Indian diaspora? Indian citizens who are actually went and they have actually become their country's citizens and who they have settled in USA, Canada, our Indians only, but they don't have Indian citizenship now. But previously they were having the citizenship of India, but now currently they have renounced it and they have become Canadian or US citizen. Those people are referred as Indian diaspora. Indian diasporas have become now that is in case of USA, Vice President is Indian, and in case of Britain, the Britain Prime Minister is now currently Indian. In Canada, many of our Indian diasporas have become ministers. And even in nearby African countries, some island countries also, many of our Indians have become heads of the countries. So now our diasporas are not just working as any laborers in any country. We have become leaders of the world. So in that aspect, if UPSC want to ask you, they may ask again. It's not going to be an attractive question. Reason is, it's just focused upon Canadian issue. Canadian student issue is revolving around Khalistan movement. So if they want to ask you, they will ask you only in prelims. In mains, the chances are very less. Are you getting the idea? Yes, you should always see, whenever you come across any article, if you feel confused to read, take the help of syllabus. I always advise, get the syllabus generally in one page, just in one page they will be selling in the book house. Just get that paper. Yes, have you seen in book houses? Just in a single page, in a big sheet, they would have typed and presented the syllabus of 4 GS paper, both for prelims and mains. So get that and stick it on your wall. Are you getting it? Every day when you get up, for first at least 1 week, when you start the preparation, go to that and try to read it and try to remember it. Is it clear? At the end of the day, you should remember. How you do that, it's your wish, but always have the habit of regularly that is reading the syllabus, remembering the syllabus. Once it comes into your head, then you don't need to always take the syllabus and check whether it's part of syllabus or not. Is it clear? For that matter, kindly try to by-got it. Yes, so this is not going to be very important for your mains exam. And in mains, if they want to ask, it's going to be a very minor question related to diaspora. Is it clear? And in prelims exam, the chances are very high because they are not going to ask you about this Indian students in Canada, not that issue in prelims. They may ask you about Khalistan movement, which is the problem, which is the hardcore problem between whom? India and Canada. Is it clear? So go and revise that. So you can skip this article. So what are the articles we are skipping? We will come to that in a open page. One more article we have. Then we will come to a conclusion. Yes, what is this article? The stressful lives of students in Kota. Where is Kota? Rajasthan. And Rajasthan, mostly many these coaching institutes for IITs, IIMs, plenty lot, even civil service coaching institutions, banking, many all these institutions are flooded, and because of that, what they are telling, they might go through some stress. Maybe they are talking about it. What they are telling, SCSDS Lokniti study shows that a majority of the students live alone, sleepless in order to study more and feel homesick. Not at all going to be relevant for your UPSC exam. Is it clear? You can directly eliminate it. Why eliminate it? It's not part of your syllabus. Is it clear? So you can skip this article and the above article also. Above article also. And coming to this article, a fight for the top post. Where it is? It is a tussle between Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar. That is their personal or Congress party's political problem. Let's not go into that. UPSC also will not go into that. Clear? So you can overall you can neglect all the articles in open end page, provided if you have good clarity. If you have some time, means what you can do? Work on Khalistan movement basics. Is it clear? And coming to editorial page, most of the articles are important here. Here we don't have get the liberty to which one? Skip the article. Reason is defection is part of your syllabus. GS paper 2, prelims and mains. In prelims also, mains also, UPSC lot of times have asked a question. So you also need to read this article. What is the update? And coming to net neutrality, this concept again, it is a very important emerging concept. Is it clear? If you want to read current affairs, it's going to be one of the most important topic. For that matter, you have to read it. And coming to this third article, yes, that is especially about India-Israel relation, you can leave it. You can make it optional. Is it clear? So overall, in the 2 pages, how many articles you need to read? Just 2. Just 2. Yes, that is, this one, another one, this one, Deepavali Light, 3 articles. In 2 pages, see, if you are smart enough only, see people they say that we read newspaper for 3 hours, sir. Still, we are not finding time to read other things. The reason is they don't know what to read and what not to read. See, the point is about you should always know what should not be read for UPSC exam. What to read, everybody will teach. But what not to read is only you are going to learn in the this 1 year preparation journey, which when we enter. So you should be very conscious. If you don't do that, what you will do? Whatever you are going to read, it's a wastage of time. Are you getting it? What I am saying? It's very simple. So first duty, when you take the newspaper, spend some 10 minutes. First 10 minutes, don't read any article. Just take the article, just turn the pages. Just if you suppose, if you want to read this article, the above article, put a tick mark. If you don't want to read it, what you can do? Put an into mark. Be very clear. What you want to read, put a tick. If you don't want to read, put it, that is into mark. Is it clear? This should be done first. Then you start reading the paper. That is those articles which you have put a tick mark, read only those articles. This will only help you to save lot of time. Is it clear? Are you getting some idea? Yes. Now coming to next page, that is after editorial and open end, we come across national news column. Is it clear? So again, this is a continuation of the first page article. What is that? Governor issue we have discussed, remember? Governor, headlines page, they said no, governor is delaying the bills. It's again continuation of that article. You can continue, read that. Coming to here, India, Bhutan to discuss new routes of regional connectivity. Is it important? Why important? Neighboring countries. Very, very, very important. You should not say important. Very, very, very important. Surely, it is going to be very that is very important topic, not only for your prelims, but also for the coming year mains exam. Is it clear? So go through that. What is the regional connectivity project they are talking about? And also try to learn basics or background related to India-Bhutan relations. For that, you will be getting handouts from our institute, Lag Spark magazine. Every day they will give handouts related to these background issues, which you can rely on. In additionally, we are also doing in Kannada only this daily newspaper analysis. Is it clear? You can watch that also for your reference. But whatever you do, the idea should be, the concept should be, you should have proper understanding about how the relationship with Bhutan was after 1950, when India got independence, to till today. How is the relationship? What were the challenges we had? And what is the condition today? And what we are doing to better the relations. Along these dimensions, your notes should be. For that, make use of many documentaries. It is not that always you find whatever things you want to study, it's going to be available only in books. Don't think like that. Go beyond that. Break your limits. Sometimes here, news channel will give you a better understanding than any book material will provide. In that case, watch BBC documentary. Are you getting it? Those are, and even you can watch any local news channels also, which when they report international column, go and sit, watch it. When you listen to the news in your local language, you will exactly get to know what is the exact crux of the issue is about. After that, you go to the Hindu paper, then you will know. Because the problem here is, most of the words they use, no, it's not going to be very simple. I will be very frank with you. You need to sit with at least a dictionary for at least 1 month in the starting time. Because many of the things, many words, you will be finding it very new to you. So you have to know the meaning of the words. For that, always keep a dictionary with you or keep a laptop with you. Type the word meaning and understand that sentence, and then you progress. And also make a separate diary for the meaning of the words. Whatever you are learning, write it separately, which you will be useful further in your life. Whenever you read newspapers, also when you come across the same word in that is CSAT comprehension. Clear? Yes? Are you getting? Now, this article you should read. Next article, Modi Iranian president, that is Raisi. They discuss Gaza crisis. Yes? Again, it's related to Israel-India relationship. So go through that. go through that. If something related to prelims they are talking about, you need to understand. Otherwise, UPSC can ask you questions on mapping segment. See, till now in Hindu newspaper I have told you what are the most important areas. Let me tell you again, just write it. In Hindu, whenever you come across any animal species which are in news, animal species, any animal species, for that matter, if they are vulnerable or endangered, then it is going to get maximum attention. Is it clear? So animal species in news, always you should have a separate notes making. Second, places in news. Places in news, especially international places in news. And then UNESCO World Heritage Sites in news are recently awarded UNESCO World Heritage Sites or geographical indicators. So recently formed geographical indicators are UNESCO World Heritage Sites in India, which are recently formed. Generally, they will come out with announcement. You have to write it and you have to learn that A to Z of that. Is it clear? And then they also ask you questions related to recently formed national parks, biosphere reserves, tiger reserves in India. Recently formed national parks, biosphere reserves, tiger reserves in India. And then international organizations which are in news, especially economic organizations, very much important, especially economic organizations. Yes, and any that is science and tech column, any new discoveries which are coming related to especially biotechnology, nanotechnology, robotics, artificial intelligence, telecommunication technology, defense. In this area, plenty lot of time, space also for that matter. You have to cover all these areas. So for that, getting the basics, you will be attending the classes, our classes, where you will learn what is nanotechnology, what is biotechnology, what is telecommunication technology, what is the difference between 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G. Is it clear? This along these lines, and what is the difference between Wi-Fi, yes, and Bluetooth. UPSC has asked questions. I am not telling anything on my own. Already UPSC has done plenty lot of questions they have set on these topics, and again they are going to repeat. But evolving technologies in news only they are going to concentrate. So you have to give always attention to the latest groundbreaking technologies. Yes. So these are some of the things you should always keep focus. Now this Gaza crisis can be asked in the mapping segment. So what you have to do, whenever you come across any international country which are fighting in like a war, yes, those places which are in news, kindly immediately go to the atlas. For atlas case, I will suggest you to refer 2 atlas minimum. That is, one is Oxford Student Atlas. Yesterday sir also told no. Then another one, my suggestion will be, that is TTK Atlas. Because many Indian map, it is very good, Oxford. World TTK. TTK or Orient Black Swan. Strike TTK, write Orient Black Swan. Orient Black Swan. That is much better than TTK. Orient Black Swan. You will be finding, you need to take the help of these 2 atlas. Every day, you should have the habit of reading the atlas. Sir also told us yesterday, yes, every day when you read the newspaper, keep your atlas to your side. So now you have come across Gaza. Where is Gaza? I told it's in Israel. Go there. But it's actually part of Palestine. And in Gaza Strip only now Hamas are fighting with Israel. And Israel is trying to now almost demolish the total Gaza. They are telling another 48 hours. Almost 50% of the Gaza Strip has been occupied. Only 50% is left, they have told yesterday. So we have to wait and see. But this news will come every day. So every day you don't need to go to Gaza Strip and have a look at that. One day if you have observed, it's fine. Keep it in your memory. But also add to the places in news. Separately you make a list. Because every year in UPSC, in map segment, out of 100 questions, that is 5 to 6 questions are directly picked from, that is Hindu newspaper, places in news. Last year actually we have shared, I have made that compilation and shared with students. We shared around 15 places. Out of that, some actually like 3 questions, I think 3 or 4 questions directly came. We have not done anything extra work and all, just Hindu newspaper only. And now when you do this year also, I will advise you, be cautious. When you come, don't take international places for granted. Whatever cities, places, rivers, mountains, volcanoes, yes, anything, earthquake is happening here, go there, where it is located, go to that city. Suppose if you come across Israel now, Gaza crisis, which are the countries which are bordering Israel? You should have that curiosity. It is not just you go and observe Gaza, oh, here only Gaza, fine, close it. Not like that. You should have some overview. That is, who are neighboring to them. What are the other cities which are located there? Is it clear? You should have that curiosity to learn. Only this curiosity will make you to help you to clear the exam. Now, let's go to the next component. Yes, next what they have given. Aftershock rocks. Again, it's a continuity of first page article. Grounds of arrest not given. Founder of NewsClick. That is, here they are talking about one important act called Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. This is going to be important for your prelims. Is it clear? So what is the issue? It's not going to be important. But the problem here is what it is revolving around, which part of the law, that is going to be important. That is unlawful activities. Just you need to understand what is the basic of that act. Is it clear? Other than that, you can leave this article. Coming to this one, House panel adopts reports on new criminal law bills. So it is like some law bills they have. It is, see, whenever you read newspaper, that is after a bill has been passed by both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and after President gives sign, after he gives, that is he is signing or he is assenting the bill, means then only what will happen? It will become an act. So in the billing stage, whichever article which are coming in Hindu newspaper, just have a look at it. What are the controversial provisions in the bill? What the opposition party is saying, what people are saying, what ruling government is saying. You should have that opinion. Controversial provisions related to the bill, UPSC will ask. They will not just ask the name of the bill, they will ask the provisions of the bill. So you should be very clear. If it is very controversial, UPSC they will surely ask. Next one, Bahal, BJP, they continue to face off political news, not required. Some app they have developed. Next one, India and Nepal, they begin border related talks. Again, it's very important for your mains, but it's a very small article. So what is that border related? It's a 3-day bilateral meeting. Just know that maybe after 2 or 3 days, again, a center page article is going to come. Maybe tomorrow also, or after 2 days also. But surely we can expect one India-Nepal relationship in the editorial or open end page. Like Bhutan, which came now today, same manner it will come. That time you can follow. Is it clear? Now just know some meeting is happening. Now next one, Collegium recommends Chief Justice of 3 High Courts for appointment to Supreme Court. No need to read that article. What you should know is, what do you mean by Collegium, which you would have studied in your polity, NCERT classes only. So just revise that topic. Don't need to remember judges of Supreme Court names and all. You need to only remember the Chief Justice of India. That is enough. No need to remember all the judges' names and all. What is the process involved? You should know. Other than that, you don't need to go into that. Now coming here, 2 teenage boys missing in Manipur. That is not required, this article. Next one, start mobile towers in unaffected areas. Again, it's not required. Next one, it's related to assembly polls. So this is an exclusive edition. Now coming some 5-state election. 5-state election, no? Which we have said that that is Telangana, Madhya Pradesh, which we have told, no? So 5-state election is going to come. So till the elections are going, that is, see, Mizoram, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Telangana, not Madhya Pradesh is there. So for these 5 states, they are going to conduct election. Till the election, this page will come in the newspaper, and you can, you can leave it. Yes, your burden will be bit reduced till the elections, because this political issue they will not going to ask. Only thing is, anything which is related to UPSC syllabus, if these people, anybody talks, means you should keep a break there and try to look into that concept. Other than that, you can you can leave this page. What they have told, Manipuri storm, farmer seek action on smuggling of Arcanet. So this Arcanet, you can go and look into the basics of Arcanet. In Karnataka also we grow a lot of Arcanet, right? So what is the geographical condition to grow Arcanet? You can look into that. Other than that, you don't need to read this. Amid hostile topography and extremism, a battle of ballot. So not required. Then so brother versus brother, again it is related to political issue. So you can leave that complete page. Coming to next page, this is national news column again. So odd even vehicle rotation scheme to return in Delhi. See, this article here, as such the article itself is not going to be important, I will tell you. But you can use this article as a point in your mains answers, where in GS paper 3, environmental pollution, they will generally ask you any question on pollution. What are the steps to reduce pollution will be generally a question. At that time you say odd even vehicle scheme is also one of the steps to reduce air pollution. And in this article what you should look at is any air pollution indicators, any test which they are using or they are talking about. In that case you have to read, otherwise you can skip it. Let's see here. They are talking about, that is air quality management, that is in adjoining areas, not important. Central pollution, that is air quality index. So what is air quality index, you should read. That is enough. Other than that, because that can be asked in prelims exam. In mains, if they want, you wanted to take this article, means what you can write as an example for pollution, you quote this also one of the point or examples. Now coming to this article, are you getting idea? Huh? Come out with policy for providing sanitary napkins and schools, not that much important. Some Supreme Court judgment only, but not that much important. Next one, quads, that is Indian government is harassing us. So they are writing to FATF. This is very important, FATF. Because FATF is a Financial Action Task Force. This is a body set up to control money laundering practice. That is a very important concept in economics. In economics mains class you will be reading that about FATF as well as about money laundering. So that is more of static segment. But during this stage when you read newspaper, you will not know FATF. So try to watch some documentary on FATF, or try to learn the basics or background of FATF. Then you read this article. Is it fine? But that is important. Next, Quad's IPMDA initiative, proof of our commitment to free Indo-Pacific. This is going to be very important for your GS paper 2. Is it clear? Because in Quad we have 4 member countries. That is India, Japan, USA, nobody, Australia. Very good. So 4 countries. In current affairs class we have already covered about Quad. This Quad is a very important. In which topic it will come? In international organizations. Is it clear? So in GS paper 2 it's important. So for that matter go through this article. Next one, Hirala Samiria is Chief Information Commissioner. Just know his name. Is it clear? And beyond that what you can do, just go through the roles and functions of Chief Information Commissioner. Again this you will be studying as part of mains polity segment. That is part of your syllabus. Chief Information Commissioner. Is it clear? So that one you can revise it. Other than that, no need to go into that. Then government expands Bharat Atta sale to curb rising prices. Not that much required. Next is the world news, that is international news. So Israeli forces cut off North Gaza as toll passes 10,000. Is it clear? As I said already, this will keep on coming for next 1 month also, till the war is happening. Now what you have to do is, any particular cities which are frequently coming in news, is it clear? In this places in news, if it is very important, frequently if it's coming, add to the places in news and go and mark in your atlas exactly that city. Is it clear? That is what you have to do. Other than that, there is nothing, no learning point from this. This one, Palestinian activist held for inciting terror, Israel. Again related to that only. Then Blinken wraps up West Asia tour with limited success. Not at all going to be important. Always don't even concentrate on issues which are not related to India. In no manner it's related to India, means don't touch that article. In international column, you should be very cautious, because lot of times you will be getting only irrelevant articles. For relevant articles for exam will be very less. You have to pick that only. This you can eliminate it. Reason is because it's something US Secretary is doing something with respect to West Asia, and it's not going to relate to India directly. And suppose if he's doing something successfully means we can look into that. Again, it's not, it's a limited success, so don't need to focus now. When it gets attention, that time we will learn. Next one, Australia and Chinese leaders. Yes, Australia and Chinese leaders meet in Beijing. Again, not important. This one, Trump testifies, that is NY, that is New York fraud trial that estimates not required. It's related to their inner country, their domestic issue. China urges Myanmar to cooperate to maintain stability on the border. Just go through this article. No need to make notes. Just try to understand because it's happening in our neighboring country. Are you getting it? Both China and Myanmar are neighboring country. So we should know what is happening there. In Myanmar already military coup, that is military has taken over the democratic government in Myanmar, and a lot of protests are already happening. So related to that, they have written some issues related to that. Go through that. Just have some idea what's happening in Myanmar and what China is doing. That much it's enough. So overall in the world news, you have eliminated most of the news except one or two. Next is economic news. This is very, very, very important. Economic news, again add to that science and tech, various things I have listed, no, Hindu newspaper. One of the most important segment is economic segment also, because economics segment here, one thing is, see, whenever they ask questions in economics, at least 50-60% of the questions will be from current affairs only. And the one more problem is this economics column, no, whatever articles comes, no, many of the times new economic concepts will come. What you should do is, you should take that word, for example here, free grains pose medium-term fiscal risk, can spur competitive populism. Now you should know what is the meaning of fiscal risk. Are you getting it? Yes, in economics class, we have already covered fiscal policy and monetary policy. Remember? Sadhana batch students, how many are there? Yes, you have attended, no? You are new. Yes, I know. Many people are new. You have, remember, huh? You didn't? Monetary policy, fiscal policy times you did not come, huh? Okay, you also did not come for economics NCERT classes, huh? Okay, fine, no problem. See, now what you should do is, yes, tell me. Ah. Ah. That only you attended, no? You did not attend. Okay, fine. See, in NCERT, when you read, no, in economics, you have 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th economic NCERT is. In that only, they have covered these basics of this fiscal policy, monetary policy. Now, what you should do, after reading that NCERTs, when you read, you will get some idea. But most of the times, here, whatever comes, no, 90% you will not be knowing that. Is it clear? I will tell you frankly, because many of you are starting the preparation now. But so what you should do is, you should spend time to every day, you should spend time to understand the meaning of the word. Are you getting it? Whatever terminology which comes in newspaper. See, fiscal concern. First of all, you should know what is the meaning of fiscal policy. Then only you can understand what is fiscal risk and fiscal concerns. Are you getting it? So go to the NCERT. You have a separate chapter on 12th standard macroeconomics on fiscal policy. So go and read that. After reading that, when you read this article, you will get some clarity. And in addition to that, there are sometimes new concepts will come. What you have to do, you have to go and dig the background related to the word. What is the meaning of the word? What is the concept? This is like economics is going to be a challenging component in complete current affairs segment, because in this page most of the time students tend to ignore the economics column. And what is the problem is, in UPSC they will ask questions related to economics mostly from current affairs segment only and from basic textbooks, NCERTs only. So what you have to do is work on the terminologies whichever comes in, which one? Hindu newspaper. Try to make a list of it and try to understand the meaning of the concept. Day by day, your growth will improve, your knowledge will improve. So at a period of time, you will reach a state, maybe down the line, 3 or 4 months, you will be coming to a state where you can understand maximum things. Only few things you will go for referring any extra reading. Is it clear? Yes, but still you have to do that. If you don't understand anything in newspaper, kindly go on, try to understand the concept. Don't leave that and go. Next one, merge G20 presidency outcome with India policy process. Again, G20 is very important. As I said already, basics of G20 you will be studying in economics also in mains class. So you should go and dig the basics of G20 here. Now coming here, RBI could raise rates if oil sees sustained rise. Again, it's related to monetary policy, which you will be studying in, that is NCERT chapters only. So, after that time, you will understand. See here, the overall idea in economics page is, in economics page, whenever you read articles, you should focus on only concepts, not the notes making process. Are you getting it? So, what are the concepts? G20 you should read. And here fiscal policy you should read. Here monetary policy, how they set interest rate, when they will increase, when they will decrease. So you should know the basics of that. Then you will understand these articles. So this one, PNB housing to restart corporate lending not required. Is it clear why not required? It's related to bank, Punjab National Bank, their issue, not required. FADA red flags high inventory levels in PV, that is passenger vehicles. It's related to car manufacturing, not required. See, whenever they report any corporate companies profits or losses or any any kind of issues related to them, their personal issues or profitability issues, you don't need to consider. You can leave it aram se. Now coming here, pilots concerns over fatigue being taken seriously, Elbers, again not important. Now, that is Sundaram Finance, their quarterly 2 report, they have published it, again not important. These are going to be useful for the people who actually invest in stock market, who want to buy shares, invest in their shares, they will look at the quarterly result. Oh, okay, this Sundaram Finance have now made some profit, so that means I can invest in this company, because it's going in a profitable thing. For them, it is going to be important. But for UPSC aspirants, the first stuff is going to be important. Whatever profits, other their related, that is professional issues of them, those things you don't need to concentrate. Next is sports news. In sport news, kindly write, what are the things you should focus? Only these things you focus. Whenever any World Cup events, Olympic tournaments, World Cup events, Olympic tournaments, yes, and then related to badminton, the various events, that is starting from Australian Open, second comes is the Wimbledon, third is the French Open, final is the US Open, in this order only. It's in the geographical order. You know that? Yes, so related to these 4 events of badminton, that is Australian Open, second is Wimbledon, third is French Open, fourth is US Open. In all these, who are the winners? Generally, if Indians are involved, then try to remember, especially. That is runners also. If Indians come in runner or third prize also, you should remember. Otherwise, try to remember winners only. Doubles also, for that matter. Doubles also, if Indians are involved, try to remember. Otherwise, try to remember the singles only. Is it clear? Those things they will ask more in your banking exam, SSC, any other KS exam if they want, FDA, all these exams if you want to apply, there it will help you. See, UPSC preparation is one complete preparation where you can take this to tackle any kind of current affairs in the country, whichever exam it is. For that matter, your newspaper reading should be complete. You should not be half-baked, you should read. Is it clear? Now coming to sports, so that is world major tournaments like World Cups, Olympics, and then especially with respect to badminton, these 4 events. Yes, these things you give maximum focus. Is it clear? And even any other games for that matter, archery or even javelin throw, if all these games comes also, if it is any World Cup tournaments or world level events, only from that UPSC is still now asking question. This is the trend. So beyond that, don't try to remember everything. That's not going to be useful for exam. And even UPSC ask also, they are asking hardly 1 question, 2 question. If you could remember, you can answer that. Otherwise also it's not going to be a costly affair. But simple thing is, simple questions you should not leave. For example, that is in 2-3 years back when they asked about World Test Championship question, that we should not do mistake, because everybody will be watching India's that final, right? Where Dhoni retired, India versus India versus New Zealand. After that, India versus New Zealand, not this test championship, not World Cup, test championship. What you need to see is, you should focus on the winner. That is when UPSC started asking questions from sports segment, and now also they are till now focusing on World Cup major events only. So stick your preparation to that only. Now this World Cup is happening in India. What you should do, you should know basics of this World Cup. That is, what is the mascot? Mascot means what? Any symbol they have allotted, any theme is there. Is it clear? And the World Cup which they are going to give, know more about the cup futures, any specificities, characteristics, unique things it have, and try to see who reach the semi-final, where the match is happening. And if India is coming to the final, then surely we can expect some questions related to that. If they don't ask also, it's fine. But you should be well prepared. Is it clear? And in addition to that, there are some more things which you should concentrate while reading newspaper. That is prizes and awards. Especially in prizes and awards, I will advise you to focus on Nobel Prizes only. Nobel Prizes. Just 2 months back, no, not 2 months, 1 month back, they have announced the Nobel Prize for physics, chemistry, medicine, literature, economics. Go through that. Who are the persons? They are not at all going to ask you the persons. Kindly understand that. What you should read is, for what concept they have given Nobel Prize. That they will ask you in the science and tech column. So go through that. And with respect to awards, major awards of India, Bharat Ratna, Padma Shri and all, don't try to remember. Bharat Ratna awards you can remember. Especially any notable awards, unique awards like Bharat Ratna. Only those things you should remember. Here UPSC is not asking questions. Before they used to ask, now it has been reduced now. So don't go and dig deep in this award section. Yes, so this is the complete paper. Fine. So this is how you should read the newspaper. To do this, initially it will take, openly I will tell you, it will take at least 2.5 to 3 hours. First when you start, because you have to do this many exercises. But after doing that, after getting the momentum, maybe some may pick up within 10 days, some may take 1 month also. But once, till you get that momentum, don't stop. Don't listen to anyone. And don't, just because you don't get time, don't say, sir, I don't have time, because of that I am not reading newspaper. Don't give that as a reason. Because if you are not reading newspaper, that means you are not preparing for UPSC exam. I will tell you as openly as such. Is it clear? It's a preparation. This preparation is all about current affairs only. Why? Out of 100 questions, the single subject from where maximum questions are coming in UPSC exam, both in prelims and mains level, if you see, it is not from any subject, it is from current affairs only. From history, you will be getting 10, 15, polity 10 question, geography 10 question, environment 10 question, science and tech 7 question. Like this distribution will be there roughly. But the single area where maximum question is going to come is only from current affairs. That is the reason I say you should spend more time on current affairs. Finally, last 5 minutes I will spend on this notes making process. Yes? Yes, this is the topper's copy. See here, I wanted you to participate. Just observe, this is the All India Rank 1 2022, Ishita Kishore, her answer copy. So which subject it is from? With examples, discuss how the cultural traditions from various regions of India get reflected in regional music, art and culture. GS paper 1, art and culture segment. Yes. Now, what I am going to give homework is, see here, you have to write at least 2 to 3 points. What are the things you can observe from her answer writing? Yes, write it, don't tell to me. You write it, after that let's discuss. Everyone write, what you observe differently, what she is doing. Just write. Yes? What are the things you are observing? Just note it down. It can be 2 or 3 points also, but everyone should participate and tell me what you are seeing here, which you find unique. Why she became topper? What is unique in her approach? What do you feel good? You just write. Yes? Next page. See here. How many points she is writing for 10 marker? This is 10 marker, 10 marker. Yes? How many points she is writing? 5. I told how many? Same only no. 5 to 7. Generally we will do little extra. We can, you should target to get more marks than Ishita Sharma. Not same thing at her level. Is it clear? Keep your targets high. Yes? Next question. See here. See the pattern. See the pattern. What is common? This is 15 marker. 15 marker means they will be writing for 3 pages. 10 marker means 2 pages. Yes? Yes? Can you observe anything unique, different? Fine? Yes? Tell me one by one what you have noted. Mapping. Just wait. I will write here. Yes? First is map. Then highlighting points. Then answers are in point-wise format. I also told that only, no? Yes? Point-wise format. Then others. She has used diagrams. Same diagram, varieties of diagram. Varieties of diagram. So what are the diagrams she has used? Flow chart. India map. India map she used to know. So India map. So varieties of diagrams. Then she has told. Highlighted. Examples. Very good. For most of the points she has written examples. That shows her involvement in reading current affairs. Are you getting it? People who don't read current affairs, they cannot write examples easily. They can write stories. They cannot write examples, live examples. That is where you will make difference. Is it clear? Next. Any other points which you have written extra? Tell me. Keywords. Yes, the important keywords she has addressed. Then diverse points, or we can say that as different dimensions. What do you mean by dimension? Historic, political, economical, social, environmental, ethical, philosophical. Yes, all this. Then what are the other things you have observed? Very good presentation. Handwriting is very good. Okay, wa. Okay only. But presentation is good. What do you mean by good presentation? Whether she has striken anything and she has written? Yes, there was a clear flow in her thoughts. That is why she could write without striking anything. Yes, then what are the other things you have observed? Yes, very good. What is that? Introduction. Only introduction was visible. Conclusion is visible now. Then in between that, there is a body of answer. See, what is the thing is, kindly remember, any answer which you are going to write in UPSC exam, it should have this. Let it be any subject for that matter. Let it be your optional subject, let it be your GS subject, let it be your essay paper or ethics paper. It should always have these 3 components. That is why it is called as structure of answer. So generally toppers have proper answer writing structure. This is the first thing generally they will do. What are the 3 things? Introduction, body, and then conclusion. Is it clear? This should be there. And answer should be written in how? Point-wise format. Generally, I was saying that if you are writing a 10 marker, write how many points? 5 points. 15 marker, how many I said? 12 to 15 points I said. Yes. So this is a 15 marker. How many points she is writing? Just see that. 1, 2, 3, 3. Okay. Then next another 3, 6. Sorry, that is 6 points here. First page 3 points. 6 plus 3 how much? 9 points. So she has managed almost nearly 10 points. Is it clear? But if you write 12 points, no, that itself is more worthy. Are you getting it? Yes. What are the other things you have observed then? Yes. So now what you should do when you want to write answers, first don't write introduction, conclusion, body, don't do that. Is it clear? And have you seen she has used subheading in her approach? Subheading is there, huh? There or not? Yes. See here. Where she has used subheading? See here. Characteristics. Its evolution, especially while addressing the question. See here, bring out the evolution. So she has put at first heading as evolution. Next one, elaborate on their significant characteristics. So what she did? She has put at characteristics. Is it clear? Subheading should always be there in your answer. So what are the things you have learned now? These simple things. Yes, write it. Still many things to talk about answer writing. We will do separately in different sessions also. So let's today wind up our session. But before that, try to write it. Any structure of answer should have proper introduction, which is written in simple manner, not in a lengthy paragraph. Introduction, body, conclusion should be there, and your answer should have point-wise approach, and it should have proper subheading, and you should always use varieties of diagrams. And one more thing is try to make use of that is various maps and highlight the important points as she has said. Yes, these are some basic things generally toppers keep doing, and dimension is very important, and still there are many things to talk about when it comes to answer writing. So this is basic level which you should follow. Yes, now your classes have started at DPP, DMP, they are giving yes. So try to focus and write your answer along this format. As of now, we will conduct some additional sessions for answer writing especially. Yes. So now we have discussed today about how to read Hindu newspaper. Yes, Hindu newspaper, main thing is it's not just about reading. You should have some notes making at the end of the day. Is it clear? For that notes making, try to make on those, how many points I have given for prelims? 12 points, 12 topics. Mains, you can make it on 4 topics. Is it clear? Notes making should always be your habit. Whenever you read, you see, today you can remember what you have read Hindu newspaper, but after 2 or 3 days only will forget. So it's better is always write down the key words, important points as notes making. Is it fine? Is it useful? Yes? So we will try to discuss again in a separate session about more details about this answer writing. Even in our Nammal Excellence YouTube channel, kindly go to the live session. We have conducted some answer writing workshop. With this understanding, you watch those videos also, where we have conducted, that is those videos we have conducted for senior aspirants, but it will be useful for you also. Because after knowing this, you can understand those things also. Is it fine? Any doubts? Any questions you have? Any questions when it comes to preparing or reading newspaper or writing answer, any difficulty you are facing? Anything means you can ask me. See, generally, NCERT, it's a must. First, you have to read the NCERTs. And there are some NCERTs which you can read and you can remember. But there are few NCERTs, for example, 11th standard Indian Constitution at work. If you read, it is like a mini Lakshmikant only. In my opinion, it's actually better than Lakshmikant, actually. Reason being, very high efficient book. In less number of pages, you have covered more topics and more in a simple manner. So, give priority to that. Do notes making on that segment. Which one? 11th standard NCERT. But when you go to Lakshmikant, no, don't need to make notes. Don't make notes. Because everything is important. Lakshmikant, everything is important. If you are going to make notes from Lakshmikant, we will be making notes for each and every line. Are you getting it? Have you done that? Have you tried at least Lashmikant notes? Lashmikant don't do. There are few subjects which you cannot make notes. One among them is Polity Lashmikant. If you really do that also, it will be the replication of your book only, because each and every point is important. Only thing is you can write your notes in a way pictographically, flowchart wise, in how you understood. In that manner it may be useful to you. Otherwise, in Lashmikant, no need to make. Rather focus your notes making on NCERTs, especially Indian Constitution at work. But when it comes to notes making, always try to write those things which you don't know, which you feel you will forget. Factual information, concept clarity, always write it in your own words or draw diagram and try to remember. And try to write the keywords, not each and every word in the thing. You just write some notes and come and show it to me, so that you will also get more clarity and I can also talk about it. Is it clear? Notes making, we will try to do separate session. We cannot orally tell that. So better you keep doing something and come and approach us. We have mentors at our institute. Whatever doubts, problems you have, you can come and meet us and get whatever doubts you have, challenges you come across, kindly come and get those things rectified then and then. Don't leave your problem. See, it is better, that is many of the people don't, that is live with the problem. Don't live with the problem. Either you solve the problem or forget the problem. Is it clear? But don't live with the problem, because many of the UPSC aspirants we come across is, they will be having, they know that we are not good at this one, but still they will be having that same thought for 2-3 months. First day only when you feel that is a problem, you feel something is wrong, you come and talk with us. Is it clear? It is like getting the things now and then you find solution for something, so that you will work on new things. Otherwise you will get stagnated in one area only. Is it clear? But overall, with this class, the main point we wanted to convey is the importance of newspaper. Even last year, this year, 2023 UPSC Prelims, just from NCERTs and Hindu newspaper, believe me or not, you go and do research work also. I will come out with separate presentation I have. A PPT, that is question wise, where they have picked questions. Only from Hindu and NCERTs, they have asked 65 questions. Is it clear? Then where comes the role of textbooks and other things? Don't ask me. That is your smartness. Is it clear? For just because most of the students here in UPSC Journey, they spend 90% of their time with the textbooks. But their output ratio is very less now. And even in preliminary examination, what they will test you is the basic understanding level, the basics only. For that matter, NCERTs and newspapers are going to be the real eye-opener, not any other things. And doing after that, make use of our institute like Spark material, then work on weekly test, daily test. So these are some things where you can rectify your mistakes, what you have learnt. Is it clear? Yes, go and do. I said something to you, don't believe it. What sir is telling like that, you go today, really go and work it, search it. How many questions came? Even this mains analysis we have done, evening batch students, both morning and evening batch we have done NCERT classes. From economics NCERT I have taken, 9th standard to 12th standard, only 4 books we have taken. From that 4 books, almost like some 3 questions came, directly. Directly, I am not talking about some irrelevant things, indirect things. Directly, in polity 11th, Indian Constitution at work. You attended polity class, no? In judiciary chapter, how many questions came? 3 or 4. I showed you line by line. You remember? Same manner, go and work on for prelims question. You have got last year 60 to 65. But still people don't give the priority to newspapers and which one? NCERTs. So first start with that, attend the basic NCERT classes first here, you will get a good clarity. You can do it in your own also, but our classes will give that extra edge to, that is where we know which concepts are very important, which should be read in depth. Is it clear? It is not that you have to, whatever is given in NCERT is enough, not like that. You have to read something, for example, some animal species which have been given in NCERTs. NCERTs also contain some, in science book, some animal species. In last year, this year, UPSC Prelims, they have asked questions from NCERT, those animal species only, but the problem is, they have asked some extra information. So what you have to do now, when you read those animal species in NCERT, you have to take the help of net. Go little deep, that's all. What you do for newspaper, do it for NCERT. Is it clear? Some areas you have to dig deep, Some areas what they have given is enough, because it's written for at the end of the day for whom? School students, not for UPSC aspirants. Kindly remember that also. So you have to be bit advanced when it compared to school students' knowledge. Your clarity, understanding and application has to be much good than the school students level. For that, these basic classes will help you, NCERT classes. Then you can progress into the which one? Mains classes. Is it fine? Yes, but whatever it is, when you want to study for UPSC examination, never skip Hindu newspaper. Is it clear? Always have the habit. Even if you read for 1 hour also, it's fine. But don't skip the paper for any silly reason, and don't read newspapers in the morning. That's my kind advice to you. Always read when your energy is very less. When you feel you have no mindset to focus on book, that time take newspaper and sit. Is it clear? Because the efficiency, newspaper automatically you read with high focus or less focus, you will know what they are doing. Israel-Palestine war, okay, this is what is going on. If you have some doubt, that time you can work on. In the notes making process, you can work on the background details. Is it clear? So generally, do the newspaper in the afternoon. Is it fine? Yes, if you have more doubts, you come to us. Yes,